Hello and welcome to the Prelims PYQ discussion by Neenv. The theme for today is medieval architecture from art and culture. You have three questions for the discussion, and the first question is from the 2022 Prelims. The question is, the Prime Minister recently inaugurated the new circuit house near Somnath Temple at Varaval. Which of the following statements are correct regarding Somnath Temple? You have three statements regarding the Somnath Temple here. The first statement is Somnath Temple is one of the Jyotirlinga's shrines. Second, a description of Somnath Temple was given by Al-Biruni. Third, Pran Pradishta of Somnath Temple, installation in the brackets, installation of the present day temple was done by President S. Radhakrishnan, and you have an option combination. Now you can think why UPSC would want us to remember who laid the foundation stone of a temple. Why is it relevant in the first place? But this is such a controversial topic, a topic that was taken up by the founding fathers of India, and that's why who laid the foundation stone of this is very important. So Somnath Temple was demolished by Mahmud Ghazni. He came to know about Somnath Temple by the writings of Al-Biruni, and Romila Thapa has written a famous book on this called Somnatha. And once India got independence, the reconstruction of the temple was taken up on the orders of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and the foundation stone was laid by the first president of India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So this becomes a very important statement. If you know that story, you can eliminate this statement, and if you eliminate statement 3, then you can eliminate 3 options. So the answer becomes 1 and 2. As I already noted, it is mentioned by Al-Biruni, the Arab traveler, and it is one of the 12 Jyotirlingas of Shiva. It is located in Varaval in Gujarat, India. So that's the story. It is important to understand current affairs in its context, especially when it has something historically relevant to it, so that you can expect and crack questions like this in the prelims. The second question is from the 2018 prelims. With reference to the cultural history of India, consider the following statements. White marble was used in the making of Buland Darwaza and Kanga at Fatehpur Sikri. Red sandstone and marble were used in making Bara Imamra and Rumi Darwaza at Lucknow, and you have an option combination. Now it is important when you study architecture, you have to study the nature of materials as well. This question is about the materials used for certain construction. Now materials are not used based on whims and fancies of rulers. These are dependent on the technology available at that time and the message that the rulers wanted to convey as well. For example, white marble is used in Taj Mahal. It denotes love of Shah Jahan towards Mumtaz Mahal. This particular statement talks about Fatehpur Sikri. Fatehpur Sikri is the famous city constructed by Akbar. Everybody knows that. And here the statement is Akbar has used white marble. This was a controversial statement because if you ask whether white marble is used in Fatehpur Sikri, it is used. But the statement is it was used in the making of Buland Darwaza and Kanga. So in that case, the statement is not completely accurate. So this was a controversial question in UPSC, and UPSC gave the answer of this statement being incorrect. Because white marble is there, but it is not the major material, or it is not used for the construction of this as such. It is just an ornamentation material. Akbar has constructed most of his buildings, including the Agra Fort, with red sandstone. And white and black marbles were just for decoration. So the first statement is incorrect, taking into consideration the UPSC answer key. And when it comes to the second statement, it talks about two structures. One is Bara Imamra and Rumi Darwaza. Both were not constructed by the Mughals. Both were constructed by later Nawabs. One is by Asafuddaulah and the second is by Nawab of Awadh. The same person, Asafuddaulah only, Nawab of Awadh. And he has used brick and mortar technique coated with lime. So the construction of this provincial architecture, not the Mughals, the provincial architecture is different. When the Mughals used red sandstone and white marbles, they used brick and mortar technique. So this pattern shift with respect to dynasty is very important. It's a conceptual thing and not a very factual thing. If you know that concept, this question is crackable in that sense. So that's the answer. Both the statements are incorrect. Neither 1 or 2 is the answer here. Last question of this discussion. Ibadat Khana at Fatehpur Sikri. See, Fatehpur Sikri has come again. So this is the importance of studying PYQs in groups. So it's just about Ibadat Khana's purpose. You just have to identify what it is all about. The first statement, the mosque for the use of royal family. So it's a mosque. Second, Akbar's private prayer chamber. Third, the hall in which Akbar held discussions with scholars of various religions. Fourth, the room in which nobles belonging to different religions gathered to discuss religious affairs. If you look at the last two options, they are overlapping a little bit. This is about nobles, this is about scholars of various religions. If you know the nature of Akbar, Akbar is someone who found his own religion called Dinilahi. So he was interested in such matters. So these two options can be correct. But if you don't know, any option is probable in this question. But Ibadat Khana is a fundamental conceptual question which everybody should know. The answer is it's a space where Akbar invited spiritual leaders from various religions, including Jesuit priests, Sufi saints, and that's the place where he had discussions on teachings of various religions. It is also known as Hall of Prayer, but it is not a private prayer chamber of Akbar. The concept should be very clear. And it is based on these discussions that Akbar launched his own religion called Dinilahi. So understanding historical personalities and concepts very clearly in its context is important to crack questions like this. Thank you for listening.